I'd like to talk to you today about health because I've spoken to a few people this week about their own individual health, and their concerns are that it's getting harder and harder and harder to stay healthy. And I'm not just talking about getting a bit of a sniffle or a bit of a cold. I'm talking about like long-term health. So basically staving off chronic disease and making sure that we stay as healthy and as well as possible for as long as possible. Obviously, there are some things that we can't control. So we're not talking about kind of doing the impossible here, but what we're talking about is doing the basic things that are in your control to maximize your chances of having the best health long term. Okay, so most people in our society are aiming to marry, have children, have grandchildren. That's not for everybody, but the majority, and that's kind of what I'm going to refer to today. But regardless of that, whether you want to live a long life to see children and grandchildren, or whether you just want to live a long life for yourself, this is relevant to everyone anyway. But so the motivations for staying fit and strong and healthy and well are quite strong. You know, it's quite powerful to be able to bring your children up and see your grandchildren and do the same with them, and kind of really be a fantastic role model in their eyes, and be the parent or the grandparent or the uncle or auntie who is that kind of, a bit, the fitness freak, the one that's always saying, okay, your health and your fitness is important, and teaching the next generation about this sort of thing. Because if you learn it now, if you learn and embody it now, that is what will happen. Your natural habits that you create from now onwards will kind of trickle down into the next generation. So if you can really focus on that primarily for yourself, because ultimately, we have to make sure that we're doing these things for our own goals. Doing it for someone else is never as strong as doing it for yourself. Okay, so what we need to understand about the body is that it's incredibly resilient, okay? You can put it through an enormous amount of stress and pressure. You can, kind of whoosh up in size, whoosh down in size, and your body will adapt and change because your body is really, really clever. But we've only got that adaptation ability, that kind of flexible metabolism, only up to a certain point, okay? And only probably up to a certain age. You will notice that after the age of 30, after the age of 40, after the age of 50, I'm not just picking out the landmark birthdays, but you know what I mean? When you get to these kind of ages, you start to think about your health a bit more, and you start to think about how things have changed. So that it's kind of an easy place to work from, in terms of going, okay, when I was 20, I could get away with that. Now that I'm 30, I can't. Now that I'm 40, I can't do this. Now that I'm 50, I can't do this. So that kind of metabolic flexibility, that resilience that your body has or had up to a point, it's only there if you protect and cherish and nourish it. And if you have spent your life so far doing lots of up and down dieting, really not putting your health first, not thinking about fruits and vegetables, not thinking about protein, not thinking about good healthy fats, which are the building blocks of your cells. If you've not been thinking about any of that up to now, it doesn't mean that everything is lost. It just means that you might have a slightly harder journey to get back to where in your mind you want to be. And I don't generally encourage trying to get back to how you were when you were 20 or when you were 30, but we can look at the energy that we had, the health that we had, the way we felt about our lifestyles, and the way we did things, and we can say, right, I really want to feel how I felt when I was 25. I want to have that energy, I want to have that zest for life, and we can get that back. Okay, so there's that kind of understanding of what is possible in your lifestyle, with all the stresses, all the pressures, all the things that you have going on, and all the things that you've done in your past. Okay, so a thorough kind of introspection into yourself and saying, right, okay, I know that I've done 5, 10, 15 kind of quite dramatic and drastic diets. This is just an example. This is not what I've done, but this is the kind of thing I work with quite a lot. If you look at yourself and go, I've done all these diets, I've been up and down like a yo-yo with my weight, and I'm now finding it really hard to lose weight at all. My body is kind of stuck at this plateau, and I'm not eating very much. I'm exercising really hard, and nothing is happening. And this is because the metabolic flexibility has reached a point where it's kind of doesn't want to move anymore. It's been up and down like a yo-yo. It doesn't know what's going on, and it's kind of found that set point where the body feels safe. So the body is going to cling onto that safety literally like its life depends on it, because it kind of does. Your body's first priority is to keep you alive. So if you have spent a lot of time kind of punishing your body, not taking care of your body, not doing all the things that we know that add up to a healthy, wholesome lifestyle, then your body will fight back at some point, okay? And every time that you kind of fall off the wagon or throw the towel in, it will get harder and harder and harder to make your body respond. And really that's all weight loss is at the end of the day. It's finding the right formula of exercise, nutrition, sleep, stress management, and that sort of thing. It's finding the right formula of those things that get your body to respond in the way that you want it to. So for example, if you know that your nutrition's really good and you're exercising really well, but you're not sleeping well at night and you're at a plateau, then that's the thing that we have to focus on to get your body to respond better. And the frustrating thing sometimes is that it can take a few weeks or even sometimes a few months for your body to actually realize that it feels safe enough to put weight loss as its priority. Because if your body feels like it's in scarcity mode, if it feels like you're not in a kind of a healthy place, if it's not in a safe place, if your body feels threatened, then you trying to force it to eat less and exercise more and do more and more and more because those things feel proactive, then you could be putting yourself in a situation where your body will just lock itself in and not respond, okay? So we have to be kind, we have to be almost gentle, we have to be nice to ourselves, we have to be nice to our bodies, because if we're not, then your body might just stick it where it is and not want to change. And we have to be patient enough to be introspective and work out which part of the formula is not adding up to the healthy kind of results that you want to see, okay? So if you're really honest with yourself, have you been consistent with your nutrition? Are you getting the right nutrients? Have you got the right macro split across proteins, fats and carbs? Is the quality of your food good enough? What are you putting in? And what you put in is essentially, that kind of feeds into the results that come out of the equation, okay? And the same with exercise. Are you overdoing it? Are you underdoing it? Have you got the right balance between high intensity, low intensity and recovery? And with sleep, are you going to bed early enough? Are you waking up consistently at the right time, at the time in the morning on the same time every day? Have you got that consistency around your sleep? Or are you waking up in the night? Are you kind of, not getting the restorative sleep that you need? Because that can be a massive pin in your weight loss results. If you're not sleeping well, and if your body feels threatened, then it won't respond to weight loss, because its first priority is keeping you alive. Those two things are very different. Keeping you alive means holding on to nutrients and kind of telling your body that you need more food and that sort of thing, whereas weight loss kind of means that you need to maybe eat a little bit less. Potentially, that's not necessarily what everyone needs to do, but possibly that's what you need to do, and maybe move a little bit more. So kind of survival versus weight loss are two very different goals. So if your body is in survival mode, then you won't be in weight loss mode. So is your consistency there? If you are consistently doing the right stuff across nutrition, across exercise, if you are managing your stress, if you are sleeping well, and if you are ticking all the boxes, and if we've covered every area in terms of, consistency and quality, then if you are still stuck, then we need to go a little bit deeper and probably bring someone else in to talk about it. However, if you can be really honest with yourself and say, right, okay, I know that I haven't been really on it with sleeping or stress management, or I have been feeling like my nutrition's gone off track, or I could do a bit more walking or yoga or something. If you know there's still something more that you and I can do together, then please come and talk to me about it, because we don't really get long-term health do-overs. We have got resilience, we can bounce back, and we can get to a point where we have everything that we want. But if you are not willing to do the introspection, the work, the discovery, the experimentation, the exploration, if you're not willing to do any of those things, then you are going to stay stuck. And I don't want that for you, because I know it's frustrating, and likely in that situation you will either blame me or you will blame yourself. And In that case, neither of us is to blame, okay? I want to educate you. I want to impart my knowledge to you. I want you to understand how to do this. I want you to understand how to build your own kind of weight loss and health equation. And it's as simple as working out nutrition, exercise, stress management, sleep, and just generally kind of having a nice balance across the board of all those things. Okay, so if you want to work on your health and your well-being equation with me, then please come and talk to me. What I would encourage you to do in the meantime is do a little bit of tracking. Okay, start doing a food diary, start doing a sleep diary, start kind of making like a brainstorm diagram on all the things that are causing you stress. If we know all the kind of inputs into your equation, then we can work on kind of filtering those, adapting those, so that we get better output in terms of the results that you want, okay? So please bear that in mind. I always want you to put health first, because at the end of the day, at the end of your life, which will hopefully be in many, 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 many years and decades, I want you to look back and go, that was my turning point. That was my turning point when I realised that my health was the number one priority, because my health impacts on everything else that I want to and am able to do, okay? If you get that bit right, everything else will have a trickle-down effect, and the results that come out will be a lot stronger and a lot more positive for you, and you'll feel more confident in terms of how to manage this for yourself, okay? So health, 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 health. Health is the number one priority. Get that right and you will get the results that you want to see. If you are feeling stuck, if you are feeling frustrated, please reach out to me, okay? I can't help you if I don't know that you're feeling stuck and like you're going around in circles, okay? Reach out to me, talk to me, email me, send a carrier pigeon, do whatever you need to do to get the message across to me that you are feeling stuck. And if you're doing fine, if you're consistently plodding along in a nice balance, then that is fantastic. Well done to you. I'm really pleased for you.